Skyy needs to imagine like just Patrick doing a little pooch bunt to him all the time. He's catching him all the time. He caught it clean, didn't he? Caught that thing clean. That was a harder. That punt was a harder catch than both those other catches were.
Yeah.
Maybe it took it just, hey man, what do you got to lose? What do you got to lose?
Well, it just goes to show you his thinking is completely different.
Yeah.
When he's catching a punt, it's a completely different mindset. So he's not thinking about it. It's like it's like I hate to say this because it's going to be comical, but it's like the movie Little Giants. Remember Little Giants where the kid can't catch, but they bring him to the grocery store and they start throwing him toilet paper and he's catching it because he's not thinking about catching a football anymore. He sees it differently. I'm just catching toilet paper. It's different. Like it's a ridiculous analogy, but it's similar. He's just not catching a ball isn't catching a ball. It's catching a pass from a quarterback when running a route. That's when he's like, oh, man, I can't do this. Oh, my, this is going to happen again. It's going to happen again. It happened again. But a punt's like, oh, I'm just feeling the punt. Whatever. Who cares?
Well, when I seen him not try to catch the ball with his hands and he kind of jumped, I knew he was just trying to secure it. He was just like, I'm not going to miss this. And he jumped, and I was just like, oh. And that's when I knew he had lost faith in his hands. And that is a key indicator. When a guy starts body catching a lot. But you know what? I've never seen that movie, Little Giants. I've never seen that.
No.
I've never seen that one, and I've never seen what's the one with the baseball and the big dog? What is that?
Sandlot.
Sandlot. I've never seen that one either.
Oh man, good.
I heard that people always say they're good movies, but I just never watched them.
You should. They're great. They're great.
They're solid movies. Teja, my other brother, that's not their favorite football movie to quote though. Their favorite one's Unnecessary Roughness. That's their.
No, but you know what? That it really is very similar to this though. They're like, get the whole catching football thing out of your head. Just like change your way of thinking about it. It's not you're not catching a pass anymore. Just like it's crazy, but yeah. Because what he did on that play is 100 times harder than catching either of those passes.
Yeah, man.
It's just crazy.
It's a mental thing. I tell you what, Gonzalez, his sophomore year, he had it. We go through it. I see it in a lot of different, positions. And that's what it is. Tony was like, man, I had probably the most drops my sophomore year playing, my second year playing. And they was calling him like almost like a bus and stuff. He heard the noise. You know what he did? He went straight to work. And he got obsessive on catching the football. That's what he did. And it wasn't just jug machines. He was catching the ball he had trainers throwing it to him, the equipment guys, quarterbacks. I think that's what you had to do, man. Whoever fourth ring, Bailey Zappi, Olanduku, hey, get them jokers out there, throw the ball to you to the point where you just, your hands get there. Shoot, I remember when I was going through my string up there in Philly, I started coming in on Saturdays. And my tight ends coach, I remember seeing him at a coaches convention, Jim Bowman. I said, Jim, I don't think you realize what you did for me. I said, man, the time when I was struggling for that, you came in and you worked with me. You dedicated that time and all of that. And it was just, hey, man, shoot, you know how to catch football. You've been catching football. Yeah, absolutely. And I just got to the point, man, that my hands it was glue. In practice, I was catching one-handed. I remember I caught a corner route, bam, one-handed, took off running straight to the end zone. And it was you gain confidence. That's what you do. Just keep going over and over again. And it's got to be the same thing for every single position, right? That's when that Matt Nagy was talking about Pat going back to the fundamentals, doing the things right, doing that. We seen that he was getting away from himself. Go back over the things that got you there, the foundation of it. And so we know Pat gonna do it. Pat probably doing that at home with his kids. He probably got Brittany running at him, he's sliding and, he's probably doing all those things.
Probably.
The thing is, though, I bet you Skyy does fine in practice and camp. I bet you he does fine. It's when he gets into that game situation where he knows he might get the ball and it's coming to him, and he's got the yips pretty much. He got the yips for a receiver.
Yeah. You keep saying yips. What's yips? I never heard yips.
The yips, it's more common in baseball and like basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a mental, like I guess like reaction you're having, like that prevents you from just doing like a normal like shot. Like, there was a guy who couldn't shoot, and he would like stall his release because he just couldn't do it. Golf, it's huge in golf.
Mental block.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying. Mental block.
Mental block, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he's just got that with catching a ball, which is weird. You don't usually see that with catching a ball because you're just receiving something else. You're not giving it away. With golf, with basketball, you're releasing something, right? That makes it more, common, but you don't see it with someone, catching the ball because he can do it. Obviously, he never had a hands problem.
No,
so it's not a hand thing.
Hey, the sucker had it like 100-something catches his senior year. That's why he's the second round pick.
It's crazy. That's why it's so crazy. It's like
and he was doing it in the tundra of Western Michigan. I mean, the weather there was horrible, and he was catching 100 balls in that like weather. So it doesn't make any sense.
The worst possible environment you could possibly catch a football. Right? Cold as all get out, right? But this right, slamming Sammy Joe, I think it might be what's going to happen with him. He shoot. I know the
problem is though I was thinking that too, like, the punt return, everyone's saying it's going to save him, but we have better we have better return men on our team. That's the problem. We didn't. I'd say that was actually a really good possibility, but we're pretty good at returns.
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about actually, because I saw a different thing altogether tonight where Royals had that big return tonight. And for me, I'm thinking here, Royals has that big return. It's like, okay, well, if he could be our return guy, that means you don't have to keep Nikko on board anymore to be your return man. You can actually have a guy who can be a 2-for-1 thing where he can be a part of your offense and be a return man. And that kind of opens a door for them to be able to bring on Tyquan Thornton or Brownlee, or if they want to keep on Skyy. That allows you to do that if Royals can be that guy. I mean, that return was nice tonight. So that was going to be my question to you guys as far as what do you think does that Royals kind of open a door for a different alternative as far as what we do with the receiver room? Because for a while there, I mean, I think we've talked about before, JD, we both thought Nikko was probably more leaning towards a lock, but now you see Royals can do that. Does that kind of open the door for more possibilities what we do with that receiver room now, with seeing what Royals did at return tonight?
Oh man, I tell you what, Royals having that return shocked me. I was shocked by that, to be honest with you. When I went up there to training camp, they had a number of guys that were returning footballs. Right? They trying to find something. Okay, see what a guy can give. It could possibly. We in limbo with this whole Rashid Rice thing. You don't know what's going to happen. So if Royals going to get more, playing time and you putting him in there, do you want him back there returning? Right? I mean, you got to figure this out. So it's like, hey man, he's going to get a lot of play out here. We don't need for him thinking more things and him getting hurt, and all of a sudden now we're kind of short if somebody gets hurt. So I don't know, but it is a possibility. Sure is.
Teja's thoughts on Royals as a return man and that kind of how that opens up different possibilities for the receiver room.
I totally agree. That's kind of why I was saying it works against like Skyy, because everyone's big argument for Skyy now is that he can return a punt. So yeah, that might be his door opening, but I don't think it is, because I think we have guys who can play receiver, who can Royals who can play receiver and do that. So I think if you're going to have Royals be your punt returner and receiver, then you're going to want to keep more of like a pure receiver, right? Like I would think in that situation, Thornton might be the guy who's in.
Well, do both of you guys think Thornton's already a lock? I mean, what do you guys stand on Thornton being a lock on the roster? I mean, it's just 2 games in a row where he has been with the ones offense. I know it's not our entire actual ones offense, but he's been there. He's been a guy who's doing the ones offense at practice in training camp. I mean, I already think I've already kind of penciled him in as the other receiver there. It's just a matter of do we keep another guy on top of that?
I think, oh man, he's been pretty consistent as far as name wise in camp. He caught a great one today. He's back behind him on the RPO. He's gonna give you, he's definitely gonna give you something for sure. So let's say you keep Thornton, right? He's that guy, and then you had to go into how many tight ends you're going to keep, how many running backs you're going to keep. It's just a numbers game. It really is. And I truly believe, let me say this, I truly believe we keep 4 running backs because Rashard Smith was that guy that can do it all. We handed one off to him today, just a little bit, and Joker got up through.
Well,
you would never believe he only played running back for a year.
That one where he was, I think it was with, was it Minshew? I think it was Minshew still, or it was the first half of the game. It was where he kind of does a jet motion and did kind of a little old Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman, a little pooch pass.
Yeah, that's all it was. That was it.
Immediately I thought of how you said a couple weeks ago, like I think we're going to utilize him as a McCole Hardman kind of role, and that's immediately what I thought of. I'm like, uh-oh. Absolutely,
that's his forte. That's what he can do. I tell you what, but that sucker better get Valen over on the sideline. He ran that one ball on the sideline and kind of tiptoed out there, man, and he will get blasted. He will get blasted. He will find out real quick, hey, you better be ready. Buyer beware. When you come over this sideline, you better bring something with you. Okay? Hey, don't sit there and just run out of bounds. Sometimes we might need it 1 or 2 yards. Okay? You're a young guy. We got bodies. So you need to go and get that 1 or 2. You might slip one, right? Somebody might try to tap. You might slip up out of it and spin and take off. So this ain't college, man. You ain't with the horn dogs, the horn frogs, or whatever. You ain't with them jokers no more. Okay? You ain't with them jokers.
Horn dogs.
He's a Mustang, right?
Yeah.
He's a Mustang.
Mustang. Yeah. I'll say, yeah.
At TCU, SMU, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. You from down there, yeah.
Mustangs.
Yeah, whatever it is, but you're not one of them anymore, okay? You're a Chief. Act like it. All right.
Horn dogs. That's like a fake football movie team.
Yeah, the horn dogs.
Horn dogs.
So with the list that we have right now, I'm seeing Kyle Harrison's list on the screen right here. So Rice, Worthy, Juju, Royals, Hollywood. That's 5 right there. Tyquan Thornton 6. Now that's where you have what we've talked about. If we do keep 7, and you got to, like the JD said, you got to factor in Rashee Rice down the road. You may not get suspended the first 4 games, but after those 4 games, you have to factor in adding that other guy in there. So that's 6. And you have Brownlee, you have Badger, who we didn't see Badger at all today, which was kind of interesting. Brownlee, Badger, Skyy, and Nikko. I mean, those are the other 4 guys you talk about to be the 7th receiver.
You know what? I haven't really seen Badger, though, for real like that, though. To be honest with you, I know you bring his name up, but I haven't really. The guys that's leading to me is Thornton and Brownlee. Badger's. I mean, his name is not really in the mix as one of those guys. At least for me, I don't. People I'm talking about, and I'm hearing this. Badger's is right. So if you don't have Rice, right? Worthy, Brown, Juju, Royals, right? That's your 4, okay? And then you had to go probably Thornton, that's 5. And then you're talking about, maybe Nikko, 6. And you could probably do a 7 guy. It just depends. Depends on what you're gonna bring. But if you don't, you do 6 wide receivers, Rashard Smith will be your other guy. That would be the figure. Yeah. And I still think that you bring in Elijah Mitchell. I think Elijah Mitchell has things to him. He can give you something. He can definitely give you something. So,
Teja, any take on the receiver room that we just talked about, or no? No takes.
2 questions. What, 6 or 7, and then who the 7, and that pretty much what we're deciding on.
Yeah, I mean, is it
It's
6
just
or
tough
7?
because I mean, tight ends is Wiley out,
Mm.
right?
Uh,
Steele played ahead of Mitchell today by a good like quarter and a half.
yeah, but see, like I said, but
That means nothing to you, though, really?
no, it doesn't.
No?
No, not really. I mean, but I told you, I think that Steele makes it anyway. I think Steele is going to be there, even if he didn't get a lot of. I think he's like a special teams guys that you almost could have. He's like your security blanket if you needed him in a tight spot. So just seeing that he can still run the football.
That's 5 running backs, though.
4 running backs and a fullback.
Okay, if you're going to count Steele as a fullback.
Yeah, that's what he is.
Yeah.
They ain't got him as a running back. They got him as a fullback.
Yeah.
So had to go move back in the day when they had the Anthony Sherman and all those guys, fullback type of dudes.
He had 7 carries, kind of a lot for a fullback. No,
I hear you, but you want to keep him sharp, right? You want to be able to keep him fresh, and that's what he gives you a little bit more than Anthony Sherman is just as doing that. But he may have to be the guy to come in and do the pass blocking. He may have to be that guy. You know what I mean? So if you're just bringing him in for pass blocking, they're gonna know that. Well, they can hand the ball off to him too. So he's still got to be a threat. He has to be. So I don't know, man. Like I said, it's going to go to the numbers game. Shoot.
tough. It's going to be really interesting to see between the running backs, receivers, and tight end. That's going to be a really interesting one with those 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.